even further beyond!
Yes, sir. My name's Zakashi, and in this video, we've got the top 5 best teams of the month again. But this month, a lot has changed. The leader slot has come out, the festival has begun, equipments have upgraded, everything is completely different as to how it was last month. So there's a lot of changes that I'm going to go through in terms of how I'm actually going to do this video. So what I'm going to aim for in this video is to actually rank teams, not in order like I always do. It's still going to be not in order, so just top 5, not necessarily 1 means the best or 5th is the worst. They're just 5 teams in whatever order you want to put it on, put it in, that I feel are the teams that are running the meta currently in PvP. As a PvP player myself, I'm in Diamond League, so I feel like my opinion's quite credible. But in terms of how I'm going to do this one, like I was just about to say, the teams, there will be regular teams but with a unit that can be run on the leader slot. So I'll give an example, given that the team has been in the game for a very long time now and they're just OP as hell. So let's take Hybrid Saiyans, right? Hybrid Saiyans have the FSK, they have Revive Han, and they also have Goten, for example. If you wanted to run a Son family unit, Gohan would still get that buff, so you could run hybrids plus this person as the leader slot. Let's just take Goku and Vegeta, since I've got them on the front, since they have the Son family tag. That team would be number 1, for example. But then I wouldn't bring up Hybrid Saiyans again throughout the whole video, given that it just make the video way too long. So that's how I'm going to do it. So that would be Hybrid Saiyan out the way. You won't see them again in this video, because outside of that, because that's how it would work. So hopefully that makes sense. There should be some text on the right as well, but like I said, it's not in order. Disclaimer, it's just my opinion. There's obviously a lot more teams that are very good and that can keep up, and I'll give some honorable mentions at the end. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 25,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. All my social media links on the left is the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and the Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me on all of those. But yeah, I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into the video now. Alright, so for the first team I'm actually going to mention, it is Future right here. Future is actually being run with the blue boys, so we got Goku and Vegeta. So Future alongside the Goku and Vegeta. Pretty much everybody on the team has a cover change, man. It's crazy. Obviously not the new Goku Black and Zamasu, which I'm pretty sure they do not have a cover change. But this team here, there are a lot of people running them in the actual meta currently. And these guys here are all really good. I have Vegeta blue right there, but that's only because I do not have Trunks Sword of Hope. But let me change the filter here for you guys, so you guys can see the other options that we have for Future. Hopefully I can find them, because sometimes my eyes don't work. There we go. So for Future, I've obviously got this set up here, the blue boys, Vegeta blue, Goku Black and Zamasu, Mai for the HP, Future Han and Corrupted Zamasu. You can actually check the rankings. There's quite a few people actually using this setup. It's actually very destructive, but you do have some substitutes. So like I said, I do not have the Sword of Hope Trunks, unfortunately. But if you look at the other options, there's Vegeta blue, the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. Even though he's blast type, he can still be of good use. If we look to the greens, you can use the green Goku Black. He's also very solid. Purple, we got the Fusion Zamasu. I believe he's range type, but still solid. The Vegeta LF Rose, purple Vegeta as well. That's pretty good. Yellow, the yellow free to play Goku Black Rose is actually extremely solid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's amazing as well. If you don't want to use Future Han, and for red, you can use Cell if you'd like, or you could even just bring Rose if you have him high stars as a Z ability buffer. But Corrupted Zamasu is going to be your go-to. But the blue boys just definitely make this team so much more stronger, because obviously Goku and Vegeta are just amazing and they have the current boost right now. Their blue card, Goku's one actually restores his vanish slightly. Vegeta's one does a lot more damage. They get card draw speed, health, like so many things going on with their kit, man. They both have different cover changes. I believe Goku's one is blast, Vegeta's a strike. So much to go into, but Future had to definitely make this list. You could actually check the PvP rankings yourself, man. So it's not just going to be like a bias or anything like that. But this team here, I'm telling you, it is crazy. But yeah, for number 1, we've got Future. Now we've got number 2, but with a little exception. We've got hybrid Saiyans, but for the leader slot we've actually got FSK and not the blue boys, and that's simply because Broly, he actually needs to buff FSK as well so you can get the maximum output, because you're always going to bring the same 3 people every single time with this team. It will always be FSK, the Revival Han, and the blue boys. I've got Goten there, but he's not Zenkai 7, and Broly isn't Zenkai 7, but this is literally just the template for how the team would work. It's very solid. So yeah, it is with Goku and Vegeta, but they're not the leaders. That's just the only twist with this team. So let's go into the teams that you could make. Obviously, this is the most ideal one. You don't want to be running any other variation of hybrid Saiyans, but there are some that you could do. So if you wanted a different color, blue would have to be Sword of Hope Trunks, even though he's future. You could go the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks as well, but I'd obviously recommend the Sword of Hope one because he's actually getting a buff, but you'd actually miss out unless you mix it with the blue boys, because there's a Vegeta clan member right there. You might get a bit better outcome with that team. For the purple, obviously have to be Revive Han, or like I said, the blue boys. Yellow is bred as pretty much a choice, because you just bring the future Han. If you're not bringing the future Han, I don't really advise bringing anybody else. And depending on how you wanted to build hybrids, you could build it on a HP basis. So there's this go on here. I'm actually very close to 14 starring him. I don't see myself doing so. He actually buffs health. And there's also this Gold Tanks here. I believe he also buffs health for hybrid Saiyan. So yeah, pretty solid. You've got a few options, but for hybrids it's very quite strict. Don't expect any large changes, I'll be real. They're going to stay like this for a very long time unless a new hybrid comes out, and they shouldn't be releasing any new hybrids, to be honest. So yeah, number 2 on this list, purple red hybrids. The blue boys are also on that team, but they're actually not a leader slot character. Next, we've actually got movies, sagas from the movies here. We've got Goku as the leader. We've got the blue boys, Revival Han. Both of them are being Zenkai buffed by this Broly here, which works very well, man. His Zenkai ability is actually buffing purple, and movies works so well for this team. We've got the, they call him Bird Q because he revived the bird. But this Goku here from the Cooler movie, he's actually a very solid yellow, not to be slept on, honestly. And then for red, we've obviously got Bojack. Goku is actually insane, man. Like, do not sleep on that guy. For EX, like, his standard is beyond a lot of Sparkins, man. You don't want to run into that guy, especially when he starred up, man. If we're going in some other options for blues, I guess you could run Broly if you'd like, if you have him high stars. This Goji is a sleeper. I feel like if you have him Zenkai 7, he's a very large sleeper. For green, you could run the green Broly as well. He's very good. The new Broly that came out, he's very, very good. He gets draw speed every single strike. For purple, I don't advise changing anybody, but you could bring Gold 10 if you'd wish, and if you have this guy Z7, you could bring him out as well, but I don't advise such thing. For yellow, you could go Gogeta Blue if you'd like. I don't advise bringing the God Vegeta because he buffs God Key, but Gogeta Blue is a valid option. And for red, it has to be Bojack, man. You could bring this Piccolo, but I don't feel like he's as good as Bojack. Bojack is just destructive in so much more capacity, man. Bojack's Awakened Art is a literal nuke, and he takes your Vanish. That's enough to like literally make a person rage, man. But yeah, that's number 3 on this list. We've actually got movies. Alright, now this one here might shock you, but when I tell you it's actually a scary team, and you might sleep on it when you see it, but trust me, it is disgusting, man. Every guy that I run into a Vegeta family team, they've actually destroyed me. Number 4, we've got Vegeta family clan now. I do not have half the team, like it's so crazy. But the units you would obviously need, you'd obviously need the Sword of Hope Trunks, SSBE Vegeta, the Red 8 Vegeta as well. I put what units I had, so obviously put this Vegeta here, but I don't necessarily recommend. Angel Vegeta is actually a very solid option as well, and then obviously the blue boys as the main because there's Vegeta option. So I'd actually go with Vegeta and Goku, so the blue boys. I'd also bring the 8 Vegeta depending on the scenario. Sword of Hope Trunks would obviously come because he's obviously a boost unit as well, and SSBE, everyone knows that he's very destructive as well. So overall the team just works. I don't advise anybody really switching out. Maybe if you didn't have Sword of Hope Trunks, you could bring Margins Vegeta. If you had him high starred, he would actually work as well because he can actually do a lot of damage as well. So there's a lot of units here not to be slept on. I feel like the blue boys just really elevate this team so much. And if you have the equipments down, honestly, it's a scary team. This might be one there's a large debate for, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I've seen this one quite a bit, and honestly, with Goku and Vegeta now out here, the blue boys, man, they're on every team. They're actually on every team. Like, you can't beat these guys. Now, last but definitely not least, we've got Saiyans. Saiyans have just been about, man. Like I always say every time I mention Saiyans, they're always going to be in the meta because the franchise is built off Saiyans, man. You can't avoid these guys, so they're always going to be around. There's so many options you've got, but this is what I've got right here. I'm running the blue boys. Like I said, blue boys are literally on every team. We got Raditz as a HP buffer, Namek Goku there, he's Namek Goku. G4 with Super Saiyan 3 Goku being Zenkai buffed by the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but the Super Saiyan 3 Goku is also a viable option. And you've got Angel Vegeta. You can run green, green, yellow. You can bring the blue boys, so you can run purple, green, yellow. You can run purple, yellow, blue. Like, you can mix it up and everybody will have a good chance on that battlefield, like a disgustingly good chance. There's a lot of Saiyans, so I'm not going to really go through all of them, but the 8 Vegeta is really solid for Saiyans. Ultra Goku is another solid one, if I actually change the filter. I've been seeing some people bring Goku Youth. He's pretty good as well. Let me just activate the Ultra, so you can see the Ultra Goku there. Pretty solid. Like I always say, there's a lot of Saiyan options. Ultra Vegeta is pretty solid. I'm not just going to go through everybody because there's so many, but you guys get the gist overall that these units can all work well on a Saiyan team, given that they're all Saiyans, and depending on how you fix that leader slot. But I'm just putting Goku and Vegeta because they're literally the most OP Saiyans right now, given the boost and how new they are and how many stars people have them, and it's crazy. But yeah, Saiyans had to be on this list. They're actually number 5. We're gonna get some honorable mentions now, so hear me out for those. Now for honorable mention, I've got 3 teams. The first one I'm actually going to mention is Son Family. I feel like Son Family just has to get mentioned, given that they're basically a mix of Saiyans and hybrid Saiyans. On top of that, they intertwine with like the movies, tags and whatnot. So FSK will always be on that team, for example, and then you can mix between the Gokus and the other hybrid Saiyans that are actually Son Family, so Gohans. And most Gohans are just broken, man. You got Revive Han, you got FSK. Them two specifically are actually just nuts, and the fact that they're literally the main focus on their teams, every single team that they're on, is crazy. Another one I wanted to mention is GOKU. Now GOKU obviously mains the blue boys. They also have the new Goku Black and Zamasu assist unit, so I just feel like it's another team that had to be mentioned. It's pretty much unavoidable, man. If I didn't mention them, I feel like the video would have gone wrong. But I feel like they're not edging any team in this video already. And for the last honorable mention, I'm only going to do 3. I've actually got GT, simply because GT, they can just survive by their own. They've literally been buffed up to hell. To heaven, back down to hell, up all the way to heaven again, man. They've just been getting buffs over and over again. Toshi literally was not joking when he said GT are going to be getting things, and they did, man. GT have been out here, but G4 is actually a big factor to that. But Super Saiyan 4 Goku as well. If you've got all these units started up, if you have their equipments are really good. Like, you literally gonna have a hard time beating those guys, and they don't need any like boost units or like any new units rather. They're not running blue boys, which is why you just have to respect it as well. So those are my 3 honorable mentions, man, on top of the 5 teams for this month. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have something to say about this video. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Let me know in the comment section below, because I feel like these videos, especially for this one here, it's going to bring a lot of controversy, but I feel like this one was specifically necessary, man. It's going to be a lot more difficult to actually put together these best teams, because depending on who's out at that moment, we'll pretty much run the meta, but it will shift quite a lot is what I think. But we'll just have to see, given that this is the first season, and I feel like the banner actually has a large effect on how things have played out. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. Press that subscribe button if you haven't already on this grind to 25,000 subscribers. All my social media links on the left. It's the YouTube channel where we've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, just being subscribed. If you're not subscribed now, and I appreciate you guys too, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it like that. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Please, lend me your energy!